Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a rifle that I was lent from a buddy of mine. We've got an M&P 10 from Smith & Wesson, an AR10 platformed rifle. Pretty nice little rifle here. I've gotten the chance to shoot it a bit. I've got a couple things to say about that. But the rifle itself, generally MSRPs for around $1,600. Although you'll see it in stores anywhere from $12 to $14. That's important to keep in mind as we go through the video here. I just wanted to make that known in the interim. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features of the rifle. And this is basically bare bones what you get in the box, aside from this Picatinny rail down here, which was an add-on that my buddy put on there. So just ignore that. The rest of it would be exactly what you would get out of the box. Start from the top. Look at that flash hider. Isn't that a pretty flash hider? I like that. It's kind of neat looking. Does its job. It's a flash hider. Pretty slim profiled barrel. 1 in 10 twist to that barrel there. So we're lightening up this gun a little bit. That's important to remember for later. Low profile gas block with your one of your sling points. Rail for mounting of backup sights or whatever the heck you feel like. Mounting. Standard handguard here. Again, pretty lightweight. And mid-length gas system, which is my preferred method for ARs. I don't mind carbines. Rifle length is cool. Mid-length hits that Goldilocks zone. I like the mid-length gas system, so that's a positive for me. Moving up the rifle, obviously rail here. So scope or optic ready. Charging handle, standard charging handle, which I will say this is one thing that I would most assuredly be upgrading. It's too slim a profile. If you're going to put a scope on here, and the bolt being that we're firing a 308, it is a little bit more of a pull. So I would put something like a BCM or something of that, just an extended charging handle. So if I do scope this, which my buddy does have a scope, I'm talking about it like it's mine. But he did scope it, and his scope is a little big. So it makes getting at this charging handle a little hard, and you already have to put a little bit more pressure to get this thing charged than an AR-15. So that'd just be something I would employ to kind of remedy a couple of those issues. But that's the charging handle it comes with. And it comes with a standard 6-position stock, which, again, I'm not a big fan of because of the wobble. Pretty much all of these standard stocks wobble. I like to have my things tight. So that's something I might upgrade as well. So, I'm kind of looking at this, and at say $1,300, there are a lot of standard parts on here. I'm not bashing it, I'm just pointing it out. Also standard, the pistol grip. This is a very standard pistol grip. You see this on everything. Another thing I like to upgrade, because I like the multiple finger grooves. This comes with one finger groove, but I kind of like multiple finger grooves. I know some people don't like any finger grooves. Like the AR-15 I have now, just as a pretty standard Magpul, excuse me, pistol grip. But I tend to like to upgrade that as well. So one of the things that will drive the price up is this is basically ambi everything. So a lot of ambidextrous controls. Ambidextrous mag release. We have the mag release there, and then the mag release here as well. Bolt release here. And bolt release here, and then ambidextrous, fire control, safe, fire. No pew pew pew, unfortunately. I'm not allowed to have those. unless you have some licenses for them, and pre-banned. But anyway, yeah, select fire, or excuse me, your safe fire, and ambidextrous control switch there. They also do add the dust cover, which is nice. A lot of people like to have those, especially when you're storing the rifle. I quite agree. And the forward assist, which I have never used. In all my shooting with ARs, I've never used forward assist, but it's nice to have, I guess, for that one time you need it. Several of these options will drive your price rate up a little bit. Let's go ahead and open it up here a little bit and just show you the inside. Well, you know what? While I'm out here, let's talk about the trigger. It's got a very nice trigger. It's nice and light. You know, there's no grit, no gumminess. Just a very nice light trigger. I tend to view this rifle a little bit more as a hunter than, say, like your home protection gun. I'm not saying it can't be that, but you know, just the feel. I feel it's more of a hunter. It's pretty light, a lot lighter than some of the AR10s I've handled. You know, pretty short trigger there. That's something you'd like to have as a hunter. You know, good barrel, good flash hider. And obviously, you know, your scope ready here. I really think of this more as a hunting rifle, so much more than anything else. But it, you know, obviously, that could be, you know, subjective to different people. So now let's go ahead and open it up. I'm gonna pop this pin out. There we go. So there are your trigger controls. Ouch. Jeez. Kind of pinched myself there a little bit. And there's your nice big old chunk of a bolt there. Obviously, being a 308, you need to have a nice chunk bolt. Big old bolt for that. Go ahead and set that back in there. And, you know, I think one of the things I really like about this rifle is the tolerances. Everything locks up nice and tight. There's really no wobble in this aside from Mr. Buttstock. But the rifle itself locks up nice and tight. And that's great. You know, that's a great thing. You want to see that with an AR. Real shaky AR is not something I typically enjoy. But all things considered, the AR10 from Smith & Wesson is a pretty nice rifle. I have to say though, I'm not 100% sure if it's worth the large price tag. And actually, let's talk about that for a second. So, we all know this is a 308. There's 308s. Some Tula, some brass. When I got out to shoot this rifle the first time, we were shooting Tula. Just steel-cased ammunition, pretty standard. A lot of people like to shoot it because of its cost effectiveness. Normally it's a lot cheaper. When we were shooting this rifle with steel-cased ammunition, it effectively became a single shot. I think it's more to do with the ammunition being like light load. And it just wasn't cycling the bolt. So, you know, you'd get one chambered, pow, you'd have to effectively rechamber each round. It just didn't have enough oomph to work that bolt. Something you might want to consider if you're purchasing this rifle. Steel case may or may not be the way to go. Now, if we're talking about brass, for some reason, all the brass that we had, and I think this is some Nosler, but anyway, it all seemed to work pretty well. No problem with brass. But steel case, it seemed to have a little bit of an issue running it reliably. And there could be some things internally that you could fix in that. Probably know more about it than me. But personally, I think what it was is I think it was pretty light load Tula ammunition was more so the culprit than the rifle's mechanics. At least I hope. So anyway, just something to consider there. Another thing that I hadn't mentioned yet, this rifle comes standard with a 15 round magazine. However, if you're cool, like everyone else, you can get yourself a 20 round magazine. Or, you can go get yourself a 25 round magazine. So there are, Magpool obviously has its options, we know that. But the 15 round magazine is what it would normally come with. So, my buddy obviously made sure he had other magazines for it, just on the off chance of anything happening. So anyway, guys, that's the M&P 10 AR10 platformed rifle from Smith & Wesson 308. Very fun rifle. Little bit unreliable with the steel case, but pretty good, pretty nice little put together rifle. Just might be a little bit higher than I'd want to pay. Take that opinion for what it's worth. You make your own determinations. So anyway, I appreciate you watching another video of mine. Just encourage you to keep hitting the like button, leaving your comments, and subscribing to the channel. In the description, you will also see a link to a Patreon account. I don't want to pander to anybody. I really don't care if any of you want to donate to the Patreon, but it's there. If you feel like leaving a couple bucks, you can click on the link and it'll link you over to Patreon. And all that is just to, if through the kindness of everyone's heart, maybe leave me a couple dollars and I can sort of feed my somewhat expensive habit and continue to grow the channel and grow the quality, hopefully get some range videos up as time permits, and whatever the future might bring, you'd be responsible for it. Nah, just kidding. But anyway, I appreciate if you go over there. If not, your views are more than enough for me. I appreciate all that we do, all that we get. It's all good for me. So it's a giant hobby, as it were. We all need our hobbies. But anyway, y'all have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.